Well, mostly from south central, southwestern Oklahoma, there's been reports of leaf rust, but even more so stripe rust occurring across that part of the state. And there are some heavy areas in Texas as well, and of course that inoculum blows from south to north and is starting the infection process in southern Oklahoma.
So does that mean if the conditions are right, it'll move north then?
Yes, and we've had ideal conditions over the last week or week and a half. The temperatures have become more mild. We've had lots of dews, some light rains, creating a lot of free moisture on the leaves, and so as that inoculum blows up from the south, it has favorable temperature and moisture, and the infections will spread further north. But we haven't seen any yet around Stillwater.
Now, we haven't had to talk about this in a while because it's been so dry, but with the moisture this year, it definitely is a concern.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm expecting that over the next week or so, because we have more rain and mild temperatures in the forecast, there should be spreading of leaf rust and possibly stripe rust too, coming from southern Oklahoma up across Oklahoma and then even into Kansas.
Should producers go out and scout, and if so, what should they look for?
Yeah, they should know what varieties they have, resistance and susceptibility of those varieties to the diseases, but they definitely should be looking for leaf rust and stripe rust, and especially stripe rust because it's a little bit more aggressive. It can cause a little more damage, and in some cases in Texas and in southern Oklahoma, there has been some spraying done to curtail these early season infections. But if you put a fungicide on this early, if disease conditions persist through the season, definitely a second application will be required further on down the road.
And that was my next question, treatment options. I mean, there are some ways to address these issues.
Yeah, at this point it would be with fungicides. Fungicides you can put on 2 applications. Most growers would prefer to use just 1, but if you have heavy infestation this time of year, you may need to put on an early application. But growers need to be careful not to overuse a fungicide. They should switch chemistries between the first and second application. And with some fungicides, there's maximum amounts that can be used in a season, so they want to make sure they don't exceed that amount.
Okay, switching gears a little bit, we're standing here in your research nursery where you've worked for the past 30 years. Tell us about some of the things that you've addressed and some of the progress that's been made in terms of disease.
Linda, this is a real success story in this nursery. When I came in the early 80s to Oklahoma State, the breeding program was almost 100% of the lines would have been susceptible to a disease called soil-borne mosaic virus, wheat soil-borne mosaic virus. And you can see the symptoms of that disease in this nursery here. Since that time, because of the breeding process, now well over 95, even 98% of the lines in the breeding program are resistant to soil-borne and spindle streak virus. And that's what is going on in this nursery. There's over 1,800 lines, breeder lines, planted in this, and I'll be going through them through the next week or two to identify those that are resistant and those that are susceptible. And of course the susceptible ones will get left behind and the resistant ones will move forward.
And then the process continues.
Every year, yeah, every year.
Bob Hunger, thanks a lot. Some great information. Our wheat pathologist here at Oklahoma State University.